everybody, Gert Louw from Cape Town and welcome to another video. I've been on a long holiday again, 40 days to be exact, with family at my small holiday house at Pearly Beach, one of those exquisite places on earth. And 40 days is too long a period to not train, so I decided I'm gonna change my single car garage into a makeshift Jeep garage gym. So this system is going to be around that training program, the garage gym training program. I used minimal equipment. I'm going to go through the list with you now, and you need minimal space. It's about 13 square meters, my garage, my single car garage. After I put everything up, I still had lots of space to spare, you know, so you can really get away with very little space. Now, the system is perfect for the guys like me that wants to maintain shape and size during a holiday break and don't want to go completely crazy with training, but you want to do things still quite sharp. But it's also a system that would be really good for adding on lean muscle mass. It all depends on how much you want to push the limits, how intense you want to train, and how far to the point of failure you want to go. Well, of course, I picked up some unwanted body fat while on holiday. I mean, if you drink every night a glass of red wine and you don't really watch what you eat, you enjoy your time with your family, then these things tend to happen. I didn't pick up much, I would say 2-3% body fats, but my size and my shape spot on, so I'm very happy with that. So obviously early now in this year, now I'm going to start with my cutting phase to get rid of the unwanted body fat and just to get my shape that sharp again. You know, as I get older, I want to spend more quality time with family, and I don't want to have all these rules, you know, what I can eat, what I don't eat. You know, so I enjoy my time with the family, still keep training, and then afterwards I'll get the body fat in check again. For me, my time with my family is all important. Okay guys, the setup. As I mentioned, I used my single garage, small 13 square meters roughly. Let's go quickly through the list of equipment you're gonna need. Number 1, 2 adjustable EZ bars. Number 2, adjustable dumbbell sets. Number 3, a stepper. 4, an exercise mat. 5, a large mirror. Now guys, don't get me wrong here, but that mirror is quite critical. It helps you to get the necessary focus, the necessary mind-muscle connection, and helps you to make sure your technique is good. Adjustable bench seats. Make sure that your bench is adjustable through various angles. You don't want to train every time on just the same angle. You want to change that angle so as to train a different part of the muscle. 1 straight long adjustable barbell for the bench press purposes. And then building blocks. Now that is for your bench press stand, and 4 wood pieces. Now the building blocks itself is quite brittle, so you can't, when you finish with your bench press, just zap the weights on top of the bricks. It's gonna break and you're gonna have major problems. But what I did is I put a soft piece of wood on top of each of these stones or bricks to absorb the impact evenly and distribute it evenly. And also the soft wood stops the barbell from moving or rolling. Number 9, cooling fan. Now that is optional. 10, various loose weights for the barbell and the dumbbells. 11, a broomstick or just a 1.5 meter stick. And that is all. What that's going to cost you, I didn't do an actual summary of, you know, monetary stuff, but it's probably going to be the cheapest way of getting a decent training environment for yourself. Okay, let's go on to the actual training program. Day 1. Now day 1 is typically considered the Monday. Your primary muscle groups is going to be your pecs and your biceps, and your secondary muscle groups is going to be your calves and your abs. Abs, 3 sets of 26 standing knee raises. That's considered your warm-up. You must try and raise the knee nipple high, and when you at the top position, you must squeeze the abs. Biceps, 3 sets of 30 alternating dumbbell curls. Now in each set, you do 30 reps, but remember this is now 15 reps per arm. Upper pecs, 3 sets of 15 incline bench dumbbell presses. I would suggest to use various incline angles and not always just sticking to a single angle. It's going to help you changing the attack on different aspects of the muscle. Calves, 3 sets of 25 seated calf raises. Here I use a bench to sit on with 2 bricks under the front part of my foot and the EZ bar on the upper part of my leg. Biceps, 3 sets of 30 dumbbell bicep concentration curls. Now remember, each set is 30, so that means 15 per arm. Again, yeah, you must really squeeze that muscle at the top of the exercise. The greater your squeeze is, the greater the bicep peak is going to be. Pecs, 3 sets of 15 flat bench presses. I use the suicide grip to relieve the strain on my wrists. Abs, 3 sets of 26 standing knee raises. That's considered your cool down move. Day 2. Now day 2 typically be Tuesday. Primary muscle groups, your shoulders and your traps. Secondary muscle groups, abs and upper legs. And again, 21 sets in total. Abs, 3 sets of 26 air cycling on the mats. That's considered your warm-up. Shoulders, 3 sets of 30 side lateral dumbbell raises. Do not raise higher than your head, then you're going to ask for tendon issues. The shoulder height is actually perfect. Traps, 3 sets of 15 shrugs. I use the 2 barbells, but you can very easily use 2 dumbbells, it will work just as well. Upper legs, 3 sets of 20 squats. Shoulders, 3 sets of 20 dumbbell military presses. Now with the military presses, I keep my bench in an upright adjustable position to help me support my back. Traps, 3 sets of 15 shrugs. I use again here 2 barbells, but as I said, dumbbells just as good. Abs, 3 sets of 26 air cycling on the mat, and that's considered your cool down. Now after day 2, you're going to take 1 day rest. That's typically Wednesday. Then day 3 of training, which is now considered Thursday. Your primary muscle group, your back and your triceps. Your secondary muscle groups, upper legs and abs, and again 21 total sets. Upper legs, 3 sets of 20 bodyweight squats. That's considered your warm-up. Back, 3 sets of 30 dumbbell rows. Remember, 15 per arm, so 1 set is 30 reps in total. Squeeze the back muscle at the top point of the exercise. Triceps, 3 sets of 15 tricep dumbbell kickbacks. Squeeze the tricep at the top point of the exercise. Abs, 3 sets of 20 standing oblique twist with a broom. Back, 3 sets of 15 deadlifts. Remember guys, deadlift is one of the key exercises for developing a great body. Triceps, 3 sets of 15 skull crushes with the EZ bar. Upper legs, 3 sets of 20 bodyweight squats. That's considered your cool down. Okay, now we're on to day 4. Now day 4 is, let's say, Friday. Primary muscles, your upper legs and your calves. The secondary muscles will be your abs. Again, 21 sets in total. Abs, 3 sets of 26 standing knee raises. That's considered your warm-up. Calves, 3 sets of 25 seated calf raises. Upper legs, 3 sets of 15 squats. Abs, 3 sets of 20 standing oblique twists with a broom. Calves, 3 sets of 25 seated calf raises again and again. Upper legs, 3 sets of 15 squats. Lastly, it's abs, 3 sets of 26 standing knee raises, and that's considered your cool down exercise. Right guys, now there you have the 4 days of training. Now the 5th day is optional. That is the day that's reserved for your lacking muscle groups. So on day 5, you choose your 3 worst developed muscle groups. Again, you warm up and you cool down with typically like an ab exercise or like a bodyweight squat exercise. Now for the 3 weak muscle groups, for each muscle group, you must do 3 sets of an exercise. So you're going to do 9 sets in total for the 3 weak muscle groups. The whole idea of your 5th day training is to get the weak muscle groups on par with the rest of your body. So this is the day you must really put that extra effort in. The squeeze becomes very important when you're at the apex of your exercise. Bicep curl, you're at the top, you lift the weight at that top, you squeeze that bicep. Any move that you do, your side lateral movements, lifting the weight, you squeeze at the top. Every exercise, especially when you do day 5, when you do it for your weak muscle groups, that squeezing becomes critically important because that helps that mind-muscle connection, and that helps that muscle to really grow. It's been proven over and over. Right guys, as you can see, my information is free, so I would ask that those of you that can afford to please make a small donation to my site and for my efforts to keep the information free and coming. I help uplift many people's lives, not just on the training aspect, but I've got a deep life coaching aspect to my site as well. So please help me to speak positively into people's lives. I'll put up the donation link for you. Okay, now what's the way forward from this system if you want to go to the next level? By far the biggest change that you can put in place would be a wide grip back pull-up bar. That kind of exercise where you pull yourself up and use your back muscles. If you can master that exercise fully, now I'm talking of doing 3 sets, 10 reps per set, and you do it regularly, I'm telling you, it's going to ignite your upper body growth like nothing else. That was an exercise, a single exercise that made the biggest difference in all of my training that I ever did. The day that I mastered the wide grip back pull-up. Just make sure that you tighten this thing tight to the wall because it's dangerous if that thing falls down. Secondly, you might also want to keep your eyes open for a second-hand lower back extension piece of equipment. Unfortunately, the whole system that I've got here, the garage training system, doesn't at all go into lower back training. Of course, the deadlift helps to some extent, but there's no specific exercise for the lower back, and the lower back has got such beautiful development of muscles. So it's a pity, you know, that you don't do it, but the machines are so expensive, and that's why I didn't include it here. So keep your eyes open. If you can add that to your collection and do some decent lower back extensions, and later on with weights, it's going to help tremendously in developing the lower back. Now after that, guys, you need to start to get your act really together. Now you need to start introducing cutting and building phases, and for each phase you need to have the specific training regime that is for that phase, plus the specific diet system and the way that you need to manipulate the diets so that it forces results for your body and your goals. Now it becomes quite technical and quite scientific. But the good news is that I've developed the advanced system too, which is specifically for the older guy, but it can help anybody tremendously. That is a system that takes you from A to Z. Point by point, it helps you to put everything into place correctly. It's extremely comprehensive. I customize it for each person's body and for his goals. And unfortunately, there I have to charge because that takes me half a day to customize and work it out for your body. So I'm going to put up the link for you on the screen. You want to move to the next level, you can check it out through that link, or you can also sign up through that link. Okay, this is not the end of my training videos. I'm going to do quite a couple of very specific training videos on just one muscle group, showing you the exercises, the moves, you know, the techniques and all those things and so on. So keep your eyes and ears open. But otherwise, everybody, go and train, happy training, and have a great new year. Cheers everybody, Gert Louw from Cape Town, signing off.